Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. So the moment we've all been waiting for, it's finally here. 18 films in the making, 10 years in the making. Infinity Wars, it's finally in theaters right now. Go check it out. I just got a chance to see it yesterday, and I want to give you my thoughts on it. But before we go any farther, I do want to let you guys know that this is a non-spoiler review, so you don't have to worry about anything getting spoiled for you. I know I didn't. I went into it without knowing any of the big details, especially about the ending. I know that's been kind of going around online, but you don't have to worry about that here. So without further ado, I'm going to give you my review on Infinity War. So let's start out with just, what I really liked about this movie. Obviously, the team-ups, I think that's going to be something that a lot of people, obviously, that's why everyone's going to see this movie, I think, in the first place. It's the Avengers, but this is the first time that you have, the Avengers, you have the Guardians of the Galaxy, you have all these guys together in one movie, and you just get some really awesome mini team-ups outside of, like, the big group, so they kind of have all little side missions. A couple of the team-ups that I really liked were the Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor. Obviously, you saw that a little bit in the trailers, but I thought, the chemistry there was fantastic. Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt, they were great together. They had some really funny lines. The whole group did, but yeah, those scenes were awesome. I really hope that's something that we get to see a little bit more of maybe down the line. That would be, that'd be cool, I think. Another one was Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Doctor Strange. Obviously, I think that was probably one of the most interesting team-ups, I think, that a lot of people were looking forward to, just because both of them are, pretty similar, and they had some pretty witty banter that went back and forth between the two. I thought they did a good job, so that was a lot of fun. But I mean, other than that, I won't go into some of the other ones, because it might be kind of spoiler-ish, but there's a lot of really fun team-ups. I think you're going to really enjoy that part of it. One of the big things I know going into this movie a lot of people were probably really worried about was, how was Thanos going to be, played by Josh Brolin. It's been one of the big things that Marvel's kind of struggled with, is their villains. So, and, where this movie's kind of been building up for 10 years, if, he doesn't do a good job, this movie could really fall kind of flat. I'm glad to tell you that is not the case. Josh Brolin does a great job with Thanos. He's probably one of, if not the best villain that Marvel has done so far. He was fantastic. Pretty much right away, 5-10 minutes into the movie, that you know what you're kind of in for with this guy. He definitely lets you know that he's not messing around, and yeah, he was great. You kind of can see where he's coming from in a way, but obviously he's still evil. It's sort of similar to kind of Killmonger's motives in Black Panther, but yeah, they did a fantastic job with him. So that's definitely something I know people were really worried about. You don't have to with this movie. Great job with Thanos. As far as just the film, like, overall, I thought, for the most part, it flowed pretty well. There were maybe a couple errors here and there that were a little clunky, but I mean, it's kind of to be expected with a film of this magnitude. I mean, you have, how many people starring in one movie, which, I mean, I just want to give props to the Russo brothers for, putting this thing together. I can't even imagine trying to fit this many, these many characters into one film and trying to give them ample screen time. Some people do have, a little bit less than others, but I mean, that's kind of to be expected in a film like this, just because I said, otherwise, if you gave everyone, an ample amount of screen time, you'd probably be looking at a film that's, twice the length that it is, which is like 2.5 hours already. So for what they were able to accomplish with this film, I think they did a very good job giving everyone, a little bit. They all played like their roles throughout the film. So they did a great job there. The film was, shot pretty well, I thought, other than maybe a few clunky scenes, but they did a good job. The comedy is excellent. There were a number of lines that I found throughout the film that had me laughing out loud, as well as the rest of the audience. I had a great audience yesterday down at the Jordan's IMAX down in Reading, and packed theater, probably it's like 400 seats, I believe, and pretty much all the scenes that I found myself, just laughing out loud, the rest of the audience did as well. great one-liners, and they're, you never really feel like any of them are forced either, and they're scattered throughout the film just at like the perfect times. So you're definitely, I think, gonna laugh quite a bit throughout this film. I know I did. But while you might be laughing one scene, a couple minutes later you might find yourself almost crying, like I did, as my girlfriend likes to point out a couple times. But I did not. No tear was shed. I was very close, but it never happened. But I think that's also too because going into this film, I've pretty much like seen all these movies leading up to Infinity War, where she has only seen a couple of them, like the Guardians films, Black Panther, and like a couple others. So she didn't really have as much of an attachment to some of these characters as I did. So I feel like going into this movie, if you've seen all of them, you're going to be more attached to certain characters than if you're coming into this film with only seeing like a few or none at all. You probably, for the most part, could still follow the film to a degree. I feel like they did a pretty good job catching people up with what some of these characters have been doing for the past couple of years. So again, another they didn't like spoon feed you, but they gave you enough information to kind of catch up and know what's going on. So did a good job there. The action sequences, there's several scenes throughout this film that you could feel like the goosebumps. It was crazy. And it sucks. I can't go into really a whole lot of detail just because a lot of them obviously are going to be spoilers, but there are several sequences that you're just like, holy crap, I can't believe this is happening right now. Fantastic job. I mean, you could hear some of the audience members gasping yesterday. It was pretty wild. Like I said, it's kind of like a roller coaster ride. You're laughing, crying, cheering. They did a fantastic job. I had a lot of fun with this film. I'm going to be seeing it again later this week. I didn't get a chance. I almost actually wanted to go again today, but didn't get a chance to. I'm going to go again later this week to check it out because I feel like a film of this magnitude, there's just no way you're able to take it all in with one sitting. So I'm going to go see it again. Possibility of seeing it more after that, just to soak everything in. I know you've probably heard, again, not going into any spoilers, but the ending is definitely pretty bold. They leave it in a pretty interesting spot, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I know I had seen a couple things posted online, but I tried to stay away from that as much as possible. But definitely a pretty ballsy move, I think, on Marvel for, sometimes they're known to play it a little safe, but there's definitely a pretty ballsy move at the end of this film. I can't wait till, the next film to come out, which we don't know what the title is yet, but it does come out next year, which I was very happy because I thought for some reason it came out like 2020 or 21 or something like that. So can't wait for the next one. There's really not a whole lot that I have to say bad about this film. It was a blast. This is like, exactly what a summer blockbuster is all about. Has everything. Yeah, really, if anything to nitpick, like I said, I can see, some people saying that it could be a little clunky in some parts just because of what kind of movie it is with how many different characters they're trying to fit in. But other than that, I thought they did a really good job with what they had to work with and what the expectations kind of were building up to this film. For the past 10 years, 18 movies, they had a lot to fit in to make this work, and I think they really did. So definitely go check this out. Personally, I'm gonna, out of 10, I'm gonna give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. I loved it. I'm definitely gonna see it a couple times. As I said, it's definitely gonna be up there at the end of the year for favorite films of the year. What did you guys think? Put your comments down below. Tell me, have you seen it? Are you gonna see it again? And just what you thought about the film in general. No spoilers though. Please don't post any spoilers. Let people see the film for themselves. I'm probably gonna try and film a spoiler video after this, and then there I'll go into a little bit more depth about different things. So, but yeah, until then, enjoy this video. I will see you guys soon, and go check out Infinity War.